Shoot! Hi, I'm Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. We're outside again. The temperature's definitely dropping. You can see that winter's coming in, but you know, we're not here to look at that today. We are here to look at the Max from Able Carry. Now, Able Carry are a company based in Hong Kong, and they make backpacks. They make lots of different style of packs. But a lot of the packs that they'd made traditionally were of the kind of EDC style, around that 25 litre kind of size, and they listened to a lot of the feedback from their customers. They listened to a lot of feedback from all over the place, and one of the main things was that people asked for a larger style pack, and this is where the Max comes in. So this is a 30 litre pack, directly from feedback that they'd had from customers in the past. I reached out to them and said, look, I'd love to be able to review this. I know it's currently still on Kickstarter. I'll give you some more information about the Kickstarter towards the end of this video. And they said, yes, we'd love to send one to you. The people there are absolutely amazing, super friendly, super just willing to see what I think of this. And yeah, so they sent it out to me, kind of bounced on a few locations on the way. I think the last location was in Paris, and now it's here. And I'm here today to tell you why this rocks. I've only had it for 4 days, and this is a killer backpack for EDC, especially for travel. Now, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I do get to travel, well, before this year and all of the travel bans, I do get to travel quite frequently with my work. So I've got quite a good understanding of what's needed in a pack to travel with and what's just superfluous. It's just bells and whistles that aren't needed. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at this pack so I can show you exactly why this is possibly one of the best backpacks I've ever tested. It really is that good. I was going to say it surprised me. I shouldn't say it surprised me. You know, I know of Able Carry, and I know of the upper echelons of the stuff that they make. You know, the quality of their stuff is top notch. So it hasn't surprised me from them, but it surprised me just, you know, I wear it, I use it, I try it. So yeah, it's amazing. Stop the video, everybody. There's the shortest review in the world. It's ace, you know, Moorlander stamp of approval. But no, so we'll have a look a little bit more at it. An extra little caveat before, I know this intro is probably getting a little bit long now, but one thing to point out is that this is a pre-production version, so there are a few little details in it that will change. Some things have been added, but they'll probably be took away. Some things are there, they might be a little larger or move slightly, but it's like 95% exact how it's going to be when this launches in January in 2021. So there are some little things that will change, but I mean they're small details rather than it's not going to be a 30 litre, it's going to be a 38 litre. It's still going to be 30, but the things that will change are small. Right, I've rambled way too much now. Let's turn the camera around and let's have a look at this pack. So with the Max from Able Carry, we'll go into dimensions, we'll go into materials, and then we'll have a look around the pack and inside the pack. As far as materials are concerned, all of the materials on this are high-end, okay? The vast majority of the pack that you'll see on the sides, the top, the main fascia here, is all made from this incredibly tough X-Pack material, which it just feels, it's kind of almost feels kind of space age. It's got a very nice tactile feel to it, but it's also incredibly abrasion resistant, and there is a coating on there to make sure that if any water gets on it, that water just beads off. On areas where there's going to be a high usage or where they're concerned to make sure that it stays nice and tough. Not that this isn't tough, but they've gone up an extra step. So on the back here, across the bottom, it's 1000D CORDURA. All of the other materials on here, for example, all of the webbing, this isn't just your normal mil spec webbing. This is like car seatbelt webbing. It feels really, really, really nice. All of the zips on here are YKK RC zips. Now, apart from Tasmanian Tiger, who I've reviewed quite a bit for in the past, I've not seen any other companies using the newer RC zips. So even just down to the small detail on the zips, Able Carrier have said, you know, we want to push that to make sure that we're providing and attaching zips that are 100% snag free, and you know they've taken that step with the YKK RC zippers. On the top here, this is the work compartment. This is where your laptop, all of those really high-end valuable kind of items are. Here on the top here, other manufacturers, take note, this is how it should be done. They have AquaGuard zippers on the top here to make sure that there's even less chance of water being able to get into your laptop compartment. So many backpack manufacturers out there that don't put that on there. It's right at the top. If there is rain coming in, it hits it at the top. AquaGuard zippers, absolutely amazing. So as I say, we'll go around the pack and we'll have a look at the areas on here. So on this front main, I'll call this the front, and that's the back. So on the front here, you can see you have this one, there is an easy access pocket here. It runs from about, say, a fifth of the way from the top all the way down to the bottom, and a fifth of the way from the bottom. Easy to be able to put valuables in here or things that you need to get really quickly. There are a few different pockets in there, and there's also a key stay. All of the zippers on the sides, if you need to be able to get to them, all have these really nice little pulls, so they're very easy to get to. Also, if you're trying to find them, it makes them easier to find. Also, if you're wearing gloves, especially here in the winter, it makes it easier to find as well. On this side, both sides have a different compartment on each. On the right hand side, or your left hand side, there is a nice big long pocket here, and this is where you can put a water bottle. Now, I've been carrying a 1 litre water bottle which fits in perfectly into here, and it's great to see that that's been added. There's a lot of manufacturers that aren't adding these to the side. What it does mean though is that this pushes into the internals of the pack, which for the travel side, when you're trying to get things in and out of luggage compartments, to be able to have something that's a little bit more streamlined is a lot easier to get them in and out. On the opposite side, there is a more concealed little pocket, so it's similar to the pockets on the other side, it's just a little bit smaller. This is perfect for putting things in like your mobile phone. On the bottom you have here, this is where we've got that 1000D CORDURA, and they also have these extra little straps. So this bit of webbing, which is actually part of the where the harness system is attached, this goes into this A-frame here, which gives it extra support. Again, they're just thinking about that extra little bit above and beyond what other manufacturers are doing, because you do have that situation where you've got a lot of stuff in the bottom of your bag and it starts to sag a bit. With this A support here, it means that whatever's in there gets that extra support where it's needed. And what you'll find is that there's quite a bit of this webbing all around the pack. So you have bits here at the top above the water bottle. You have a little bit here down at the bottom. So if you're traveling, you need to attach or clip anything to these, then you can do. But what this bit down here at the bottom also does is, when you've got this zipped down, it also adds extra support here to when this clamshell's open, which again is very clever use of the materials in the pack. What you also have on the side is you have these grab handles. Now there's one on the side and there's one on the top, and these are perfectly suited because they're very evenly balanced. So when you pick it up from the side, it feels like it's a suitcase. It doesn't weigh more on one side. Now, depending on what you've got in there, it might do possibly, but they're very well balanced. The one at the top is also incredibly well balanced because it's roughly in the middle of the pack. What they have done as well is they've also added a loop on the back here, because if you're in maybe a stall, you need to nip to the toilet, it might be a bit difficult to get that one on, so instead they've added a second one here, so that you can use that whilst you're in the stalls. You know, these things happen. Actually, I usually do the back after I've done the insides, but I might as well have a look at this here. So these straps have closed cell foam in there, and these are, it's hard to describe, mainly because I mean, I'm going to get a little bit Goldilocks and the Three Bears here. You know, they're soft, but they're not too soft. They're tough, but they're not too tough. Sorry, that was cheesy as hell, but they're just right. There is a curve to them as well, which for me, so I'm 5'10", I've got a 42-inch chest. It fits just perfect. It is that you have meshing on the back here, so that if the, you know, it allows air to get in, but on the front at the top here, it is the CORDURA, and then it comes down onto the X-Pack material here. What this X-Pack material here does is actually cover where your sternum strap is, which I think is very, very well done. So if you wanted to take the sternum straps off, which you can do, then that will cover where those were. The sternum strap is nicely situated and also uses these magnetic clasps. There's a fidget factor with these. These are absolutely amazing, all of these. I've never had a pack before that has these magnetic clasps on it, so I do quite like playing with those. Slightly gusseted at the bottom to make sure that it comes round. But the big thing on here, and again, this is just an extra layer of thought that's been put into this pack. So if I turn this around so you can get the light a little bit more. So you have two channels of this closed cell foam, so that when it's on your back, it fits perfectly into your back. I'm trying to think of other packs that I've used that are similar to this, and although this pack, like the North Face Borealis, you know, it's a budget style bag, but they've done the back perfect on that, and this is very similar to that. It has a rigidity to it, which means that when your laptop's in there, that it just makes it easier to get in. But what it also means is that when you've got it on, you don't feel it on your back. It just sits, and it sits perfectly. So this whole back section has got this really nice rigidity to it, and then you have these two channels here to help to get some air in your back. Again, just what they've thought is, well, this channel's a bit redundant, it's not being used at the moment, so why don't we put something in there? So there's a pass through, so that when you have your luggage, you can pass that through with your luggage strap, and then you can carry it with that. Which, if manufacturers are making travel style packs, they need to be looking at this. This is, again, it's next level. Okay, so there was one other pocket that I missed off, and that's this at the back here. Sorry, I was going to go for that one. There is another pocket here, which is for keeping extra valuables in here. So here's my mobile phone. This is the Galaxy 20, and it fits in just perfect. It comes down to about there. So if you want to put your mobile phone in, it will fit in vertically, and there's probably an extra 2-3 centimeters in there as well. So now we've got the main compartment. Although we've gone around the pack, I've not really mentioned dimensions. So this is a 30-litre pack, and it measures 52 centimetres or 520 millimetres by 32 centimetres or 320 millimetres by 20 centimetres or 200 millimetres. I knew I was going to get stuck on that one. So it's a good sized pack, perfect for travelling. The 30 litres is broken down because you've got these side bits, you've got the top bit, and you have the bit on the back, and then you've also got the laptop or the work section at the back. But this main section here, where did I put the zips? This comes in at 22 litres, so there's a lot that you can fit in here. I've set this up as though I was doing an on-site job, so you can see that I've got a couple of packs in there that I'm going to be using for different bits and bobs, but I've also got in there a full keyboard, and you can see just moving that keyboard around that it fits in perfectly. Some of the bits that I mentioned that will possibly be changing, for example, these zips here at the moment, they are black zip pulls. These will be changed so that they are all colour matched. some of the loops on the inside here. You can use these for tying down things. Some of these will be either made smaller, or some will be removed. But getting back into the actual main compartment itself, so you have this large main compartment, and then on the front, and it's a full clamshell, apart from maybe say, I don't know, 1/7 of the way from the bottom, but whatever's in there you can get into really easily. On this side there is a little slip pocket that you can put things into, and as the main bit falls down you then have two sections on here. So there is a top section which you can put in pens, whatever you need to, quite quickly, and then there is a mesh section below that to get to other things as well. Now that main section really is for you put your life things into, all of the things that you're going to need whilst travelling. But they also have on the back here, and this is your work compartment. One of the zippers comes down very close to the top, whereas the other one comes down all of the way so that you can see that this opens up. I've carried a 16-inch MacBook Pro in here, it fits perfectly. I've also put a larger old-fashioned, quite wide 17-inch laptop, and that fits in there as well with no issues. In the front of that then compartment you then have another compartment which you can put textbooks into. Mainly it's designed for if you have a tablet, that can fit in there, but I've also had some notebooks and they fit in as well. And then you also have a quick access if you need to get a pen or anything. You can put documents in here if you're going to meetings, it goes all the way down to the bottom. But as far as the laptop compartment is concerned, there is maybe say 2 or 3 centimeters gap between the bottom of the laptop compartment and the bottom of the bag, so that it's free floating just in case you're concerned about if you did drop your bag by accident. Then on the inside in here you also have another zip pocket that you can put extra things into. This is great for putting your mouse in there, memory cards, all of that sort of stuff, so that you can keep your day-to-day life here in the front and your work life completely separate, so that there's nothing worse than turning up for a meeting and you're having to get through stuff, and you open your pack, and as you open your pack to get your laptop out, a pair of your boxes fall out in front of a client, which has happened to me on quite a few occasions. So yeah, they've really thought about that and to be able to keep them separate. What it is also useful for, again getting back to the travelling, having to go through customs, having to go through security, you have to take out certain items. Again, to be able to have that completely separate from the rest of your stuff, so you not have someone in, there's my, oh sorry, I've got some pants attached to my laptop, sorry about that. Again, yeah, that happened too. Another thing to point out is just the level of detail that they've gone to on this pack. So little things like here, instead of having box stitch, they have these little cube square kind of things all around the pack, which kind of adds a theme to it, adds a personality to it, and I quite like that too. Now, as previously mentioned, this is currently on Kickstarter. If you've not looked at Kickstarter, what have you been doing? No, just kidding. So Kickstarter is great. There's a chance that you can help out companies to bring products to the market. You buy it before it sells so that that money can be invested in making the products. You've probably seen Kickstarter. Google it, have a look at Kickstarter, it's awesome. So at the moment this is currently on Kickstarter, and that campaign runs or ends on the 10th of December 2020. So that's this year, unless you're watching this in the future of course. And it's currently at $226 US, which for this, considering the engineering that's gone into this, considering the quality, the absolute quality of materials, is a steal. When this goes into full production and is released later next year, it's going to sell retail at $256. So if you want, you can still get in there early to have a reduction on the price of this. Personally, I think that's a steal. People will be ripping their arms off just to get at this. I don't really do an awards thing. Maybe I should be doing a awards thing at the end of the year, but I think as far as backpacks are concerned, this late entry has just skyrocketed this to the top of the list, and it's definitely something that if you're after a pack for EDC but also for travelling, and that's where this really comes in. The side handles, the way that it's laid out, the 22 litre main compartment, the fact that you've got your normal kind of that main compartment, but then you've got your work compartment at the back. So much of this really lends itself for travelling, and it's I can't wait to get a full production version so that I can start to travel with this with work, and then make a second piece of content so I can give you my full feedback. So definitely check them out on Kickstarter. I'll leave some links in the description below so that you can see that campaign. I'll also leave some links in the description below to all of Abel Carey's social media feeds so that you can check those out as well. There will be some links for me there as well on Instagram. Check me out at Moorlander_EDC. I'm also on Facebook as well, but I tend to be on Instagram a little bit more. Yeah, definitely check this backpack out. It's blown me away. It really has blown me away. I don't want to say, oh, I'm speechless, because obviously I'm speechless. I'm waffling quite a bit now, but it's a great pack, and I think you owe it to yourself to definitely check it out. Cool. That's about it. Apart from the fact, this is video content number 99. 98. Oui, c'est vrai. 98. Maybe I'm speaking a bit of French because it came to me from Paris beforehand, but yes, 99. Next video, hopefully next Sunday, will be my 100th piece of content, which is crazy. In this last year, I'm very close to 100 pieces of content, and I'm so close to 2,000 subs. So if you're watching this and you're not subbed, let's see if we can push this one last push to get 2,000 subs. Obviously, that'd be awesome. Like, share, subscribe. Yeah, I've got something nice hopefully coming up for the next video. Not that this isn't nice, this is awesome. Anyway, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC.